In 1998, a British car company did something that shouldn't have been possible. They took a 3-seat road car with the driver sitting dead center, like a fighter jet, wrapped it around a screaming, naturally aspirated V12, and sent it out onto a closed stretch of highway in aero, Germany. No turbos. No hybrid assist. No launch control, no traction control, no stability control. Just a driver, an engine, and nerve. It hit 240.1 miles per hour. That record stood for over a decade untouched by anything else on the road. No hypercar before it, and none for 11 years after it, could catch a car that never even tried to be a race car. Today, we live in an era of 1,500 horsepower hybrid hypercars with active aero, all-wheel drive, and computers that make more decisions per second than the driver ever could. And yet car enthusiasts, engineers, and race drivers still talk about a 30-year-old car like it's untouchable. This is the story of why the McLaren F1 doesn't just belong in that conversation. It ends it. To understand the F1, you have to understand the man who designed it, Gordon Murray. Murray wasn't a supercar guy. He was a Formula One engineer, one of the best of his generation, designing championship-winning cars for Brabham and McLaren. He'd spent his entire career in a world where every gram mattered, where the difference between winning and losing was measured in milliseconds, not seconds. So when Murray finally got the chance to build a road car, he didn't ask, "How fast can we make this?" He asked a completely different question: "How light can we make this, and how honest can we keep it?" The idea itself was almost an accident. In 1988, stuck on a delayed flight home after the Italian Grand Prix, Murray pulled out a notepad and sketched the concept for a road car. Not a race car wearing a license plate, a road car engineered with the same obsessive, no-compromise philosophy as a Formula One machine. His rule was simple, and it's the whole story of this car in one sentence. Light is right. Think about what that meant at the time. Every hypercar maker before him, and pretty much every one since, has chased horsepower as the metric that matters. More cylinders. More boost. More power figures for the brochure. Murray went the other way entirely. He chased weight, obsessively, down to the gram. Titanium. Magnesium. Carbon fiber at a time when almost no road car used it structurally. Even the toolkit that came with the car was machined from lightweight alloy, because Murray refused to let a single unnecessary gram onto the car, even one the customer would never notice. The result was the McLaren F1, revealed in 1992, a car that weighed just 1,138 kilograms. Dry. For comparison, the Bugatti Veyron weighs nearly 2,000 kilograms, almost double the weight, despite having more than double the horsepower on paper. Murray wasn't just building a fast car. He was building the anti-hypercar, 3 decades before hypercar was even a word anyone used. Let's break down what actually made this car so radical, because almost every decision Gordon Murray made was the opposite of what the industry was doing, and most of it still sounds insane today. Start with the seat. Every supercar before it, and almost every one since, puts the driver off to one side. Murray put the driver dead center, with 2 passenger seats slightly behind and to either side, like the cockpit of a fighter jet. This wasn't a gimmick. It gave the driver a perfectly symmetrical view of the road ahead, ideal weight distribution front to rear, and zero compromise between being a driver's car and being a car you could actually take 2 friends in. Then there's the gold. Murray lined the entire engine bay with real gold foil. Not for luxury, not for show, because gold is one of the most efficient heat reflectors known to materials science, and Murray needed to shield the ultra-lightweight carbon structure from the ferocious heat of the engine sitting inches away. And that engine is its own legend. BMW Motorsport built him a bespoke 6.1-litre naturally aspirated V12, producing 627 horsepower at a screaming 7,400 revolutions per minute with no turbos, no superchargers, nothing standing between the throttle pedal and the engine's raw response. BMW's brief from Murray was blunt: the engine needed to weigh under 250 kilograms, full stop. Nobody at BMW thought it was possible for a V12 that size. Their engineers delivered anyway, a masterpiece that still gets talked about in engine-building circles today. Here's what modern engineers find almost insane when they study the McLaren F1. It has 0 electronic nannies. No power steering. No traction control. No ABS. No stability control. Nothing. Every ounce of grip, every slide, every moment of the car finding or losing traction was entirely a conversation between the driver and the machine. No computer was ever going to save you. Compare that to today. Climb into a modern hybrid hypercar and almost everything you feel has been filtered through software first. The steering weight is simulated, the throttle response is mapped, the traction is managed 100 times a second by a computer smoother and faster than any human hand. The car is doing the driving, you're just along for the ride, making suggestions. The F1 offers 0 filter. It demands skill. It rewards precision. And it punishes carelessness instantly, with no safety net waiting to catch you. That's exactly why racing drivers, decades later, still call it the purest thing they've ever driven, because for one brief era, engineering hadn't yet decided that the driver was the weak link to be managed around. It took the Bugatti Veyron 16 for a full decade, for turbochargers, and twice the number of cylinders to finally beat the McLaren F1's top speed record. But horsepower was never the point. They matched the number. They never matched the soul. Only 106 McLaren F1s were ever built. Every single one was hand-assembled, largely by hand, in a factory obsessed with a single napkin sketch from 1988. Today, they trade for more than $20 million, and the price keeps climbing, because the world isn't making anything else quite like it. Every hypercar built since has been chasing its ghost. The Aston Martin Valkyrie, engineered with Formula One aerodynamics for the road. The Gordon Murray Automotive T.50, Gordon Murray's own spiritual successor, built specifically to recapture what the F1 achieved, right down to a fan-assisted underbody borrowed straight from his motorsport playbook. Both are extraordinary machines. Both exist because their creators are still trying to catch a car from 3 decades ago. Horsepower isn't the same thing as greatness. And that's the quiet embarrassment modern hypercar makers live with every time a new record gets set. They're still chasing a car sketched on the back of a napkin, on a delayed flight, 30 years ago. No turbos. No hybrid assist. No safety net. Just a man who believed that light was right. And a car that's never stopped proving him correct.